Hello everyone, hope you are doing great and I'm sure everybody is exploring new things in this lockdown period. And the burning question now that everybody has today is why God, why did you bring this difficulty of a virus on us? Suddenly life seems to be a pause for all of us, right? So I happened to read book of James in recent times, and I was reading through a passage about trials, troubles and persecutions, and it's very apt for this situation right now. And James has an answer for that question, why God brought this on us right now, right? So if you read the chapter, James chapter 1 verse 2 to 4, you will be able to find the answer. Let me kind of share what is there in it. Consider it a great opportunity for joy whenever trials of different kinds come to you, right? In other terms, it says, count it all joy when you see troubles of various kinds. So he is asking us, now if you see everybody is going through this trial, this difficulty has hit a lot of people now. A lot of them are losing jobs, a lot of them does not have food to eat. So God is saying, count it all joy. So why does we have to feel joyful about it? If you read the following words, then it has the answer for you, which says, when your faith is tested, right, your endurance has a chance to grow, and when it fully grows, you will be perfect, needing nothing. Means so they're the answer, right? So the purpose of this trial that God has brought on our lives is for us to grow in our spiritual maturity, right? So that we will be perfect, needing nothing, lacking nothing. In other terms, it says. So the purpose of trial is the trial, test, troubles, the persecutions, difficult times, all are same more or less, right? So this word test, which actually derives from basically in making the gold and silver. So in the process of making gold and silver, the goldsmith and silversmiths actually put the materials on a hot furnace to kind of make it pure. So at that time, a lot of impurities will come on top. So they will keep slicing those impurities to make it as pure as it can, right? So they'll keep doing the process until they can see themselves in the material that they're making. So similarly, God brings these trials in our lives so that we will become more pure, right? So when God looks at us after these trials, he should be able to see himself, not us. So that's the purpose of trials, right? So God wants you to mature to next level. He wants you to graduate to next level. He's up to something. So whenever you see a trial in your life, he's up to something. So you have to be joyful about it. So it's difficult, but your prayer must be in these times, God, you are up to something, you're going to do something in my life through this trial. Help me to understand that, and help me to kind of get your will be done in my life. So I think you should be praying about that. So that's the purpose of trials. I just want to share a few more thoughts on how can you actually endure in the times of trial, trouble, or persecution, right? So first thing is the trial. God will not bring a trial that is something that you cannot bear, right? So like in our education, whenever we go through the tests at the end of the year, only then we will graduate to the next level, right? So we will only be tested on the subjects or syllabus that we are taught on. Similarly, God will test us or put these trials on us to an extent only we can bear, right? So God has already given us the tools and resources to kind of get through this trial. So it will not just be more than what you can bear. That's point number one. And point number two is when you are going through this trial, when you are pursuing this trial, it's difficult. In the beginning, it's really difficult. Out of nowhere, these trials show up and you don't know how to react to these things, right? So, but God is saying you just have to endure that time. The thing is, if you fail to do that, if you run away from a trial, again, whenever God wants you to take you next level, again, you have to go through this period again. right? So there's no escape from it. If you want to grow in God, if you want to receive the full blessings of God, you have to go through these difficult times. You have to endure these tough times, right? So Tony Evans gives a very good example here. Whenever you want to, let's say, go to gym to kind of get some shape into your body. So when you go in the initial days, it's very tough, right? Though it's excitement, after a day or so, you know your body is not able to move, you're stuck, there's pain everywhere. So a lot of people quit going to gym there because it's tough. But the thing is, whenever you want to do that again in the future, you have to go through that period again, right? So until and unless you endure that time period, it's going to be difficult for you. So happens, so is with our trials, right? So whenever you are going through this trial in the middle, so do not run away from it. Continue to endure so that you will get through, so that you don't have to go through that again, right? So that's point number 2. And point number 3 is, when the trial or a trouble that we are going through becomes much more than what we are expecting, let's say if it comes to a situation where you just cannot bear it anymore, that is when God will show His mercy to kind of get you through that period, right? Again, just going back to the same example, in the same, when you just get into the same, doing it for some time, so there's gym trainer will give you do 15 of this, 15 of that, 20 of that, and such stuff, right? But this is something in the few days we will not be able to do it, right? So towards the end of it, you kind of find it really hard to do all the count that is given by the trainer. But towards the end, when you are really struggling, that is when the trainer will come and try to kind of give you that extra strength so that you can just complete that count. So similarly, when the trial becomes so much on you that you cannot bear it anymore, God comes to your rescue, and on your behalf, God will just, through His grace, kinds of helps you to pass through this trial or a trouble, right? So that is another thing that you should remember. And final thing is, when you complete and come out of this trial, right? The purpose of trials, one more purpose of trials is, God is going to bless you at the end of the trial with a crown of life, right? So if you read through James chapter 1, it says, blessings will be given to those who endure trial with the crown of life, to those who love Him, right? So the thing is, it is the reason that God brings this trials in our life is He loves us, right? And He wants us to love Him back, right? So that when we love Him back, He wants us to go take us to next level, right? He wants us to mature to next level. And at the end of it, He's going to bless you with crown of life, right? Those blessings will be unimaginable. He's going to take you to places where never ever you have thought of, right? See, if I have to give you an example here, growing up as a kid, whenever you see a big difficulty, or when you see something very scary, when you see something very difficult to face at that moment, what do you do as a kid? You run to your parents to hug to them to kind of get you through that situation, right? Similarly, God also brings these trials, difficulties in our life so that we remember Him, we run to Him and hug Him to tell Him that we want Him in our lives, right? So that in the trials, that love between us grows, and in the process, God takes us to next level in the spiritual maturity, right? So I hope all of you get the answer for the question that we started at the start of the video, right? The purpose of trials is God wants us to become more like Him, and God wants us to love Him more so that God can bless us with crown of life. And so these trials just cannot be more than what we can bear, right? And then when the trial becomes so much, He will come to rescue, to help you get through that. Stay tuned, we will send you more videos to have learnings from Bible. Thank you so much. Have a great day.